Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. As promised, I am making another video today since I'm kind of behind on the schedule here. So today we will be doing chess notation. So, chess notation, this is probably going to be a very short lesson. Chess notation I think is very simple. And that's my opinion. It might be complicated for you guys, but before we begin, just make sure you watch till the end of the video if you really want to learn and master this whole concept. And like and subscribe if you like my content. And yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, so, chess notation. Everybody knows there are 64 squares on a chessboard. Each square has a name, so to say. So there's files and grids, and you can see at the bottom of the board here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is the grid that goes up, so up and down. So this whole thing is the A file, or the A grid, either one. B grid, C grid, D grid, E grid, F grid, G grid, H grid. So, and then after that, there is a file with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be the first file, second file, third file, fourth file, fifth file, sixth file, seventh file, and eighth file. Now when a pawn moves, so there are different ways for it to be set up. There are different ways. So each piece, it's recorded. Their movement is recorded in different ways. So the pawn. So for the pawn, it would just be the square and the number. So I will show you here in a bit. So pawns is just regular. It's just the grid name and then the file name, and then that's basically it. And then other pieces, like the bishop, it will be like capital B, and then the square and the number, like the grid and the number. So when the pawn moves to E4, pretty much, that's basically a standard opening. Pawn moves to E4, it would just be E4. It would just be E4. Say after that, say this pawn goes to E5. So you would just say E5. However, if a bishop, say, moves to C4, this would be recorded with a capital B. A capital B represents a bishop's movement. And then C4 is the square that the bishop moves to. Now, let's say bishop moves to C5. We're just going to make a mimic game here so you guys can understand. Say it was bishop to C5, you'd say capital B and then C5. And that's it. The knight, say this knight moves to F3, you would just say capital N, knight F3. Now you're probably going to say, well, why? Well, why is the knight called N instead of K? Because it starts with K. It starts with K, dude. Well, the king. The king starts with K, so they have to have another thing for the knight. And that's either represented through KN or it's represented through N. And most of the time they call it N. So it would be N F3, and that would represent a knight's movement. Now what if the queen moved? Say the queen moved E6, E7. It would be Q, capital Q, E7. You always capitalize the letter that is represented by the piece, so it makes it more obvious. Now let's say castles. Castles is represented in two ways. I'm going to basically, again, I'm going to talk about this probably in my next video, I don't know. I think I'm doing my next video on etiquette, chess etiquette, but I'm not very sure. I will tell you guys after. So castles, when it's castled, short ways, it would be 0-0. That represents castling. Let's just say the pieces are already out. Let's say play I'm just gonna play regular moves. Let's say that, and then castles long ways. You can do it long ways as well. You don't just have to do it short ways. You can do it long ways as well. So after doing long ways, it would be 0-0-0. So it counts long ways. And that's how you record castling. And then king movement, again, it's just capital K and then D2 in E2. It's not hard. Now there are certain things for this. So let's just say the king's already castled. Let's just say it's already like this. So, this would be kind of a standard kind of looking game. Say bishop c4 captures on a6. You would say capital B, X. X represents captures a6. So it would be B, capital B, X, A6. And that represents a capture. And that is the same thing for, say, a knight. If it was a knight captures, let's just say the bishop was, let's just say the bishop was like, I don't know. Let's just say captures. If it's captures, you'd say capital N, X, E5. And that's pretty much it. If a pawn captures, let's just say they already played this, and then probably like something like this. If this happens, it would be the square that the pawn's on, so it would be D, and then X, E5, and then that would represent captures. And that is basically the whole idea of chess notation. Chess notation is just a way of recording games. This is how we actually know about games. We know about past games, about Garry Kasparov, Anatoly Kasparov, Roy Lopez, even. I don't know if they did chess notation back then, but I don't know. I think they did, because how would we know? But, so yeah, that's chess notation. One more thing before we end this video. There will be no quiz, because it's kind of hard to do a quiz on chess notation. So, if it was check, let's just say it's like check here. This is a stupid move. Nobody should play this. If it was check, I believe it would be represented with a plus. A plus represents check. I would have to double check, but that's how I learned it. Might have changed. I don't know. But usually how I was taught is that it was a plus sign. A plus sign means check to me. And then let's just say it's like, let's just say, oh, this is checkmate. Oh my gosh. So checkmate, you would represent where the queen captured and everything, but instead of putting a plus, for checkmate, you would put a hashtag. And that represents checkmate. You're probably gonna ask me if what stalemate is. I don't know. You guys can research it, but I have no clue what stalemate is. I was never taught about stalemate when I was younger. When I was in a chess club. But yeah, that's basically the whole idea of chess notation. I try to make 10-minute videos, so I don't make it too long, because I know you guys have other stuff to do. But yeah, that's pretty much chess notation in about 10 minutes, pretty much. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My next video, I think, will be on chess etiquette. Either that or castling. But I will see you in the next video, and goodbye.